Hello, everyone. Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for The Blackening. It's a film from, I believe, 2022, but it didn't really come out wide till 2023. I know it was in theaters a few weeks ago. This movie is rated R with a runtime of an hour and 37 minutes, which is a perfect time for a horror comedy like this. As of the recording of this video, the Rotten Tomato score for the critics, 87%, with a audience score of 85%. Let me give you a quick synopsis here. This film, The Blackening, centers around a group of black friends who reunite for a Juneteenth weekend getaway, only to find themselves trapped in a remote cabin with a twisted killer. Forced to play by his rules, the friends soon realize that this ain't no motherfucking game. Directed by Tim Story and co-written by Tracy Oliver and Dwayne Perkins, The Blackening skewers the genre tropes and poses the sardonic question: if the entire cast of a horror movie is black, who dies first? This movie stars Grace Byers as Allison, Jermaine Fowler as Clifton, Melvin Gregg as King, Ex Mayo as Shanika, Dwayne Perkins as Dwayne, Antoinette Robertson as Lisa, Cinco Walls as Namdi, Jay Farrow as Sean, Yvonne Orshai as Morgan, and Diedrich Vader as Ranger White. So, um, this was a lot of fun. I think the reason I didn't go watch this in the theaters was because the marketing made it seem like it was a little bit more horror oriented than I originally thought. And I'm not a big fan of going to the movies anymore for horror films. Just I don't like the tension and the stress of that. I prefer to watch those at home where I could pause, take a break, and ease a little bit on that. So, but now that this is on video on demand, I wanted to check it out. And boy, it is. First of all, it's really funny. It's really well made. I think it hits on a lot of the horror tropes for sure, while still having something to say about like black characters and black culture in a situation like this. Now, obviously, I'm not probably the correct person to talk all about that, but just from what I could see and what I've read about the film, like it really hit on a lot of those. A lot of those tropes and those genres and the commentary that they wanted to make. Um, it's a lot of fun just about playing with every horror cliche imaginable. I think it's almost as if the filmmakers like made a list and they're like, God, we got to hit all these things while still bringing all these characters that are very different, very much. They feel like contemporary characters. They don't feel like caricatures. I think they feel like real people, which I think it's a very fine line to draw on, especially on any horror film, let alone a horror comedy. So I think we have some great performances. So there are so many situations in this film that are filled with tension that's kind of broken up by all these jokes that really works. And I think that's why I really enjoyed the pacing of this film. It starts off like a very usual horror story, but then things start happening. We start being introduced to the cast. We get a little bit of the background of their relationship, right? These are all got like the full party is somebody that they all went to college together and they're kind of having a reunion for something that they do. I think it's been like 10 years or something like that since college. And also the film focuses on how they have changed, how their relationships have changed with each other, how some of the things haven't changed. Yeah, I think it's really well done. I think Dwayne Perkins is probably one of the standout performances for me. Also, Melvin Gregg as King, really great. Um, and also we get some really interesting interactions. I didn't expect to see Diedrich Vader in in this film. I think he has just really great scenes as well. He's a very good comedic actor that really knew how to play into this role. Yeah, I mean, I highly recommend you check this out. I think this is a fun film that, if you've been looking for something that's comedic, which was kind of the same situation I was in with Joyride. Like both of these films are doing stuff that it's the films that I was watching when I was a teenager that I really that I kind of grew up with, and I can see that a lot of these creators are probably maybe a little bit older than me, but contemporary wise, like they grew up watching some of the same stuff, and maybe they're inspired by this, but they also want to add a little bit of their culture and commentary, which I think makes for a great watch. So highly enjoy this. Really recommend you check it out. It has twists and turns like any horror movie should, but I don't think it ever gets to a point where it's too gory or too scary or anything like that, which was my main concern. Because, like I said, as much as I enjoy horror films, I just don't enjoy them the same way I used to. But this really knew how to play up to the line. Knew how to push some boundaries there when it came to the humor and the commentary and just everything that it had to say about this genre and the characters in it. So yeah, I highly enjoy this. I think you should check it out. Like I said, it's a very quick paced film, an hour and 30 minutes. Not including the titles, the credits will probably go by very fast, and I think everyone's gonna find a character that they just really enjoyed their performance here. I think the cast is so varied that it really allows you to pick a favorite and kind of follow them through the story. So, if you've seen this film, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. As always, thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.